Joining us right now, Irfan Razack, the chairman and MD at the Prestige Group, joining in on the show. Mr. Razack, good morning. Thanks so much for taking the time out and joining in. How is it that you see demand being driven by the idea mooted to open Suraksha shops? And do you really think this could give any meaningful improvement to rental yields?
Good morning. Okay, now, as it is, it's the 41st day of lockdown, and I think today in Bangalore, construction has started. I'm happy to say that. I think even in Kochi, in Hyderabad, and I got a message even from Chennai that they have been allowed to start construction. Now we have to make do with the labor that were there in the labor camps during the lockdown. And we have to see how we can kickstart and jumpstart the construction work, because right now the focus for all of us will be that we need to now start construction, we need to start activity, and we need to see that we get into a mode of getting our projects completed and ready for handover to our clients. Wherever we've lost time, it will be a little slow and painful route, but then ultimately we have to do what we have to do. And we have to make sure that whatever we've started off on, we completed. And there will be a few delays, that's inevitable. But then the objective will be whatever we build now from here on will have to be done well, will have to be done with an eye for detail, and it has to be completed in a good manner. So that will help, getting back the confidence and the trust into the market. At this stage, the only thing that can be focused is completion, nothing else. And that's the only way the confidence building can happen as far as the housing and the office portfolios are concerned.
The issue of migrant workers, because while some states are doing their bit, we heard from the state of Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh as well is gearing up for the movement of migrant laborers. But do you think pan-India at large, that will continue to be a niggling issue, even if construction sites actually do choose to resume operations?
It was a sudden stop. And now it's, as I said, the start also will be a slow start. I can't say that I'll be going at the same pace that we were going on when we stopped. And we have to build that confidence. We'll have to see that the labor also be managed with the labor that is already there on hand. And for the people who have left or people who have gone to their villages, it'll take them a while to come back. Even suggestions like giving them extra incentive to come back may not work, because there is always everybody is worried about themselves. So we understand that it's a human problem, and we have to this time empathize and sympathize with this issue. And I believe that going forward, we'll have to see how even more mechanization can help us to do what we are doing faster. But it'll happen. Water will find its level, but it'll take a few months. But at least the happy news is we are not just stagnating. We have started. This actually will kickstart the economy. It'll kickstart. Also give gainful employment for those who were sitting quietly, and ultimately it will be a win-win for all. Win for the labor, giving that confidence to the labor. Look that I'm getting back my wages. Of course, during the lockdown period, we exercised total care. We make sure that they were in good hygiene conditions. They were taught hygiene. They were given medical checkups. We also made sure that they got their meals and the rations were supplied to them, just to make sure that they are at least comfortable. Now, from here on, they obviously that slowly, when the confidence builds up, some of those who were thinking of leaving may not. And some of those who have left, if they are allowed to, can come back and start work all over again. But it's a process. I don't see immediate solutions. But at the same time, I'm quite positive. We have now started on the road of recovery. And it will be hopefully a road which will take us on the positive path.
Uh, Mr. Razak, we had the management of Infosys, TCS last week, and they said the following, that by 2025, we expect 75% of our workforce to work from home. Now, TCS is India's biggest IT company. They employ 5 lakh people. So what is the future of commercial real estate? Because, you know, all of us right now working from home, and there are a lot of companies I've spoken to, they're saying that, look, this COVID crisis will permanently move a lot of our employees to work from home. So what happens to commercial real estate as an entity now? The long-term trends, do you think they would be very disruptive?
It's all very well and very fancy to say work from home will work. Now today there was no choice. Left to yourself, you said you're working from home. But the day you're allowed to work from your office, you'd love to go back. Because you see, there's something called data security, there's something called creativity, there's something called team spirit, there's some chemistry that comes in an office environment. It's good for maybe a certain type of IT jobs which not dependent too much of data secrecy. And of course, there is also connectivity, there's also power issues. So there are many issues for working from home. Apart from that, I only believe that if work from home is a workable solution, it'll just expand the market. If like TCS has got 500,000 people working for them, and they can expand and get more business, they can keep the 500,000 in working from home and add another 500,000 and get more work. So basically, business of TCS increases. I'm not saying that this will be a permanent feature working from home, because a human being by himself, by nature, is a social animal and works the best in a sort of an inclusive environment. Wouldn't like to sit like a hermit somewhere all the time, every time. And I think then you need that many more psychiatrists and psychologists and counselors to take care of them. So it's nice and fancy to say that, but practically it will not be possible. And the commercial real estate will stay where it is. In fact, there'll be more business that will come towards India's way, and there'll be that much more demand for all the IT companies. Currently, at the moment, there is short term, there is stress over the globe. So I don't want to take this scenario, today's scenario, and interpolate it for something for future. I believe the future is secure. I believe the commercial real estate will be there to stay. And right now, another very, very important point is, across the country, the vacancy levels for A-grade office space are very minimal. I think it's in a single digit. So that's the advantage that we have. It's not that there's so much of space that's available and it's going up begging, and then that will create a scare where the rentals will fall. That's not something that's going to happen in a hurry. In fact, rents are pretty reasonable in India, in whichever metro city you see, and very affordable if you compare it to the rupee to dollar converted terms. And I believe we are still extremely, extremely competitive, and commercial real estate will be there. The absorption has been good year on year. It's been growing consistently. Yes, maybe the year 2021, there may not be that much growth. The absorption may be a little lesser than what it was in the previous year, but that's only for the year. Let COVID go, let the cure for COVID come, let the vaccine come in, and then we'll be back in business in a big way. Right now, we are all limping, and we limp for a little while more till the world at large is safe. Now, the only thing we are talking about is survival. And in this survival, we'll have to all see and discuss and strategize how this survival can happen and how it can happen effectively, and how the humanity can be safe, because that's the mantra today, and nothing else that's important as of today.
Okay, now what happens to your existing home sales? You know, cash flow problem will happen for everyone. So I'm trying to understand from a buyer standpoint. You know, someone who's bought a house, the installments are about to start. You are a strong real estate company, you have no problems in delivering, but his ability to perhaps take delivery of the house or to continue with that financial commitment could be difficult. So do you see that challenge happening where, you know, someone's lost a job, where salary cuts happened, so your ability to suddenly buy the house or perhaps take delivery of that house, occupation of that house, I beg your pardon, not delivery, could be a challenge?
Have to take it step by step. First thing is, I don't think that there are that many job losses as of now, but it will happen in some way or the other. The salary cuts could happen, but basically now everybody would have gone in for a home loan. They have to service their EMIs. Now RBI announced a 3-month postponement. Maybe a further postponement may also come for that. But yes, if somebody is insecure, someone is just doesn't have the money to pay for his EMI or just doesn't have the wherewithal to service the loan, there is going to be a bit of a stress. But having said that, I believe everybody has some sort of a cash balance, will have some sort of savings in their accounts, which they would have kept it for the rainy day. And I believe that they would definitely be more interested in securing themselves by having a very secure asset against their name rather than having some revenue expenditure. So today, the psyche of everybody, including the millennials, would be that, listen, if I have the wherewithal, if I have the saving, the first thing that I want to do is secure myself, create an asset for myself, which I can call my own, which will definitely stand in good stead for me even in the long term. So the way of thinking itself changes, because earlier the youngsters felt that, listen, why should I saddle myself with a long-term liability? Let me not buy a home. I can always rent a home and I can stay in whichever city, in whichever part of the world, not only in India, and work and do whatever I want. Now, that type of thinking has changed completely. From that axiom of the world is flat, now it's become, it's become, this is my place, this is where I am going to be, and at least let me have some sort of a asset which I can hold on to, which I can call my own, which over a period of years will also may grow and will grow in value. So this is the type of thinking that is coming in. And I don't think there'll be any major stress for home sales. Yes, people will be doing that touch and feel. They will also be thinking hard. But wherever people have committed, have gone through certain transactions, I'm very, very sure that they will complete it. They'll take possession of their homes. They'll occupy them because, today now another scenario like WFH comes. At least they have a place which they can call their own and somewhere they can utilize and breathe.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, Mr. Razack. We'll leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us then this morning and giving us a sense of what's going on.